Yolan True, and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And we are still busy with the new stuff that came in with the new arc. And today I want to talk about another of the 4 new officers. But before I talk about the next rare officer, I just want to say, if you're not a subscriber of my channel yet but do like my videos, then please do subscribe to my channel. And when you do, also click this little bell and all notifications so you will be notified when another video comes out. But now let's have a look at Mirror Troi. It's once again one of those preview videos that I always do when a new arc comes up. Later in the A to Z series, after I got Mirror Troi myself, I will do another video. But everybody is excited what they're gonna bring, what the new crew combinations will be, and that's why I always do that. And in this case, once again, we start with the general stuff. That Mirror Troi is class Science, which means you need Science badges to upgrade her later. And that she's from the group Mirror Universe, so if she's captain, she can get synergy from others of that group, or she can give synergy to a captain of that group if she's on the bridge, and she's giving quite a lot of synergy here. Like the other ones, like Ezri, like Kira, like Data as well. And she's from the faction Terran Empire, which most probably means that you will need Trillium later to upgrade her. And despite the fact that we've seen a lot of the Mirror Universe stuff in the original series, but also in Deep Space Nine, where we saw many more episodes, Mirror Troi wasn't one I've seen anywhere there. Still, there's quite a long text about Mirror Troi here in the info box. There's always a text about the officers in the info box, but especially in the case of Mirror Troi, I suggest that you have a look and read it. As you already could hear, she does have a captain maneuver, and that's psionic tactics. And that means on combat start, while against an explorer player, Mirror Troi increases your apex barrier by 7,500 for the duration of combat. First of all, that's with all the new Mirror officers that we had so far. They are PvP officers, and the captain maneuver is interesting, but only interesting in the cases when we have PvP events like recently, where Scopely also says which ships to use, and if you use in advance that you will be up against other players with explorers, then it really might make sense to make Troi captain instead of Picard. I did that in the case of the Interceptors. Then I made Data the captain, and that was even stronger than the Picard crew. So that's something where Troi will make sense in certain occasions. But she's not part of the new PvP crew or the Mirror PvP crew that Scopely is suggesting. And I had the chance to get Kira the last weekend during the recruit event, and I could do some tests already. That means I definitely have to make an upgrade on the PvP crews very soon. And that new Mirror PvP crew is indeed quite nice. But I will talk about this. But Troi is not a part of this, except in the rare cases when you know exactly that you are going up against an explorer, then you could do that. There's one thing that you have to take care of that Scopely did with all the Apex Barrier officers. There's something in the connection between Apex Barrier and TAL, and that's why Scopely put it for all Apex Barrier officers that if you put TAL on the bridge, their maneuvers won't work. So never put TAL on the bridge with any of those officers, including Mirror Troi here. But she also does have an officer ability, and that's the Inquisitor's Wrath. And that means on round start against players with Assimilate, Mirror Troi increases your energy weapon damage by 450%, and later at rank 5 it will be 3,500% for 1 round. That could be interesting in case you don't get Kira. And the Assimilate will be brought by Data or by Desok below deck. So if you have a ship that uses mainly energy weapons, it definitely makes sense to have Troi there if you're lacking one of the main PvP crew. But it's only working against players as well. So Troi and Ezri both will also only make sense in PvP crews. And Troi and Esri is a good starting point for what we look at in a second, that you have to make a decision between them. But before I go there, I just want to say I cannot see the away team traits as long as I don't have an officer. But we know that as a rare officer, you will have 2 of them, but we look at those then, what they are exactly when I finally have Troi. And talking about having Troi, we have to go to the event store at the moment. When I'm filming this, we currently have the event with the resistance chits, you know that, but also the battle pass where you can get rare officer choice. And if you do the elite path in the battle pass, in the end you will get 3,800 of those. And you need 3,800 for one of those 2 officers, either Troi or Esri. So you will have to make a decision. If we look at Troi, I only need 3,500 because 2 Troi shards were in the opening pack or in the starting gift, and 1 shard I got from one of the missions. I did them right in the beginning, and so I need 35 more shards, and 1 shard costs 100 of those rare choices. So I will need 3,500 for Troi. The same goes for Esri. And you will only have 3,800 in the end from the battle pass, so you will have to decide between Troi and Esri. And as if you've seen the Esri video already and now the Troi video, the main point is, what is your ship you are intending to use this officer on? If it's a ship with mainly energy weapons, that's a thing for Troi. If it's a ship mainly with kinetic weapons, that's a thing for Esri. If you don't know what your ship has, energy or kinetic weapons, you either can look at the ship when you go to upgrading the ship, you can click the single weapons, or you can have a look on my Discord in my database and just look through the firing patterns for every ship. For the firing patterns I also wrote down if the weapons are kinetic or energy, so you can have a quick overview there for your ships if they have kinetic or energy weapons. And so that in the end will be the decision to make between Mirror, Troi and Esri. I haven't exchanged any shards yet. I will wait until I have the full amount and then decide. But I'm definitely leaning towards Troi at the moment. But I haven't decided yet finally, because I couldn't get the full shards anyway. So I still have a little bit of time. But in this case, I'm really interested if you already got it. If you bought some points, for example, you could already have finished the battle pass, so some people might have. Please let me know for which of the 2 you have made the decision, or which of the 2 you will get very soon when the battle pass is over, if you made up your mind. And that will be very interesting to see our viewers going more for Esri or more for Troi, so I'm quite curious there. But also, if you, I mentioned it during the video, if you also manage to get Kira and have the full Mirror PvP crew, you can write your experiences down there as well, even if the upgrade video for the PvP crews is still to come. But I'm quite curious there as well. And of course, as usual, if you have questions in general or video requests, you know that I regularly read your comments. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.